Hey guys, this is just a quick overview of the Yahoo Fantasy page. So on the main screen here, you're going to have your weekly matchups with who you're going to be facing for that week, and then the number of wins and you have total throughout the season. And there you will be able to find out who's winning based on who has the most wins. Um, Over here you have your standings, so obviously this is a more detailed breakdown of the wins and losses and whatnot. Wins, loss, ties, win percentage, points, what you did last week, your waiver budget, which is how much players you can pick up very easily, your waiver order number, which is based on your current standings at the moment is just randomized with Colin with the last priority as he had the first pick in the draft. As we continue, it will be based on who has been winning the most and who has been losing the most, the winner having the lowest priority and the loser having the highest priority of 1. Being the last pick in the draft this year, I have a priority of 1 right off the get-go. And then below you can see all of the league news. So this is all transactions. I currently picked up Jason Pominville after dropping Evgeny Kuznets. So anyone can pick him up if they want. This is added players. So I just added Jason Pominville, dropped players, obviously dropped him. Trades, there have been no trades yet, and then no bids, of course. Here is a recent message area, so you can ask questions and like just kind of post comments and questions and whatnot. So this is if you need help with anything, I just set up a dummy thing. Just comment and I'll try and answer it as best I can, or someone else in the league will try and answer it as best they can. Here are commissioner updates that I've posted about what's going on. So obviously the rules are the best 6 teams will make the playoffs. The first 2 teams will get, the top 2 teams will get a first round bye, and 3 will play 6, and 4 will play 5, and the winners of those will play 1 and 2, and the winners that will be the league champion in the postseason. Changes. This is just a lot of changes that I've made to get the league all set up. And if we go up to here, you can see the games that will be played. This is the first day of the season, October 8th, so that's why this is the first day that shows up here. And then here you have October 10th or October 9th where you have more games playing. You can see who's playing who, what time, and I believe lineups are set so you have to set them before the first game of the day. So being Eastern time, it's 4 p.m. on Thursday, and I would have to set my lineup by 3:55. I'm going to quickly go through as much as I can. This is my team, so you can go to your roster, and here you'll see my players, my goalies, whatnot. And so here, these categories are the point categories you get points based off. So 0 really doesn't give you anything, but time on ice per game, we don't count that. That's why it's grayed out. But all the rest of them are, silver, so that means like they're counted for points, and whoever has the most per week from all their players wins. And then in the golden categories, we have wins, goals against average, save percentage, and shutouts. Projected stats your players will have, average stats like over certain amounts of time, whatnot. And you can see at the top, my weekly matchup is going to be against Chris this week. This week's matchup, that's not super exciting. Player list. You're going to have the list of available free agents, and you can star players. I'm going to try and keep that to myself for the most part, but those are players I'm interested in watching. If you want to add someone, you can click here. And so if you wanted to add a player, you'd be adding Andrew Ladd, and I could drop perhaps Tyler Seguin, and I just click drop this player. Let's just see. Yeah, so then I would click this button to finalize that, but that's obviously not what I want to do, so I'm just going to cancel this transaction by clicking cancel. And then, let's see, next thing we can do. The most important thing from here is you can go to League and Trading Block, and on this tab you can set players you want to trade and what players you want to pick up. So my players available, I'm trying to trade Christian Ehrhoff and Mike Smith. I have an excess of centers and goalies. I'm looking for defensemen and goalies, and I last updated it this time. Chris is obviously, or this is actually Ted. Ted is looking to trade Jeff Skinner. He's has a surplus of wingers. He wants some centers. He's saying, I will trade Jeff Skinner for a center, and that was updated Sunday, September 21st. So to initiate a trade with Ted, for instance, if he wants to get to give up Jeff Skinner, I'd perhaps say, hey, I will take Jeff Skinner and a second round pick. But just please note that you have to trade draft picks in equal number, so everyone has the same number of players at the beginning of next season. And in exchange, I'll give him perhaps like Paul Stastny because he wants some centers, and Paul Stastny's a center, and I kind of want to upgrade my pick, so I'll give him an 8th for a 3rd, and then I would click here, like I can evaluate the trade, and just it'll pull it all up and make it really fancy for me. So I'll be giving up draft pick 8th round, and then I will be getting a 3rd round pick in Jeff Skinner for Paul Stastny in that 8th round pick. So in theory, my goals will go up, my assists will go down, my points will go up, my plus minus will go down, my penalty, all these other categories will go up. The shorthanded points will be neutral, and this is just based off of last season for the players that were moving. And then this is my roster before the trade, and this will be my roster. This will be like my projections after the trade. So my projections will be that I'm 301 goals, 282, like what all these values for all these values, and I can add a note. I can say this will give you a center for Jeff Skinner, and then I can send the proposal, and he can accept or decline it. So I'm going to cancel that because I don't really want to make a trade at the moment. And then we're going to go back to my team really quick, and I will show you, so injuries will show up here. So currently Jonathan Drouin has got a day-to-day injury. I believe it's a hand or thumb injury, so hopefully it won't be that bad, hence day-to-day. I don't think anyone has major injuries reported at the moment. I do think, though, some player, AJ's Pavel Datsyuk is day-to-day. He did separate his shoulder, and he's expected to be out for a few months, but that's just the way it is. They're reporting it as day-to-day. So these are just the teams and the rosters. You can look at everyone's players, and this is their starting rosters based on these days. That matters because if you don't play players that are playing, you're not going to get points for them. Also, I'm going to go to my daily lineups, and you can see what's going on. So edit my team roster, and then this is the most important thing you can do. I'm going to move up to the day that really matters. Let's see, come on. Yeah, you can just skip ahead a bunch of days, and I'm going to go to the start of the season, which is going to be Wednesday, October 8th. This is in the other video I showed you, but here it is again. So clearly Jeff Carter is playing, all these players are playing, and these are on your bench, and this is your goalie bench. So for example, if I had Mike's Carey Price on the bench, I would obviously want him playing because he's playing at Toronto at 4 p.m. on October the 8th, and I'm going to put him in the open goalie slot I have. I'm going to move up a few days so you can see an example of something that hasn't been set. So, for example, Tuesday, October 14th, I have Cam Fowler on the bench when he's playing that day, and I have a few players that actually aren't playing that are in my lineup, so I'm going to want to put him in exchange for a defenseman that is playing, or I could even throw him in the utility spot, which could be used for any position. So, this is just something you can keep in mind. That's why that spot's there. It's to give you some flexibility. Everything else besides that looks pretty good. I'm going to move up one more day to try and give you a better example. Let's see. That's not a great example. There's not really that many people playing. I think Thursdays are pretty popular games days. Yeah, okay. So again, here, Christian Ehrhoff, I want him playing, and I want to put Paul Stastny in for someone who isn't playing, and there you go. So now I have my lineup set for a few days down the road, and I want to save my changes. They've all been saved already. It kind of automatically saves so you don't have to worry about it too much. But this, keep in mind you want to do that. I'm going to go ahead one more day and show you another feature that they have. So here, there's clearly a bunch of players that are supposed to be playing that aren't. And if you do start active players, it will automatically move all the players that are on the bench to roster spots for you. If you have too many players, such for example, if you have a day where almost everyone on your team is playing, like here, there won't be enough spots for everyone to play. So if I do start my active roster, it'll still do it for you, but you might not like exactly what's happening. Oh, I guess it all worked out. Damn it. Okay, I'm going to find a better day. Let's try Sunday maybe. Yeah, I'll find a better day. Wednesday maybe. No, Tuesday or Thursday. Let's try Thursday. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. Okay, so you get the idea though. If you had too many people playing, like for instance, on the day where there are too many people, so go back to my roster and go to October the 9th, where every team in the league is supposed to be playing that day. So that is a day where you can't have the best lineup no matter what. Okay, so clearly there are too many people. If I do start active players, I still have 4 players on, or 3 players on my bench here. And maybe I don't really want that. So maybe instead of having Cam Fowler get the start, I want Christian Ehrhoff to get the start. I'll put him in, and then that's that. It's really just a matter of you can't physically dress all your players because there aren't enough active spots. So you're going to want to pick the players you actually want playing those spots. For the most part, that's all you really need to know. Obviously, you can look at injury reports, and there's a lot of other statistics they have. So here are a few players. So yeah, like I said earlier, Pavel Datsyuk separated his shoulder. This is AJ's player. This is my player with the thumb. This guy broke his leg. I don't know why he's day-to-day, but he's definitely not going to be playing for a while. So there's that. You can change all these little things at the top. In transactions, you can see the transactions that have occurred, just all collaborated. There is an iPhone app for this. I believe there's an equivalent Android app, so if you're really looking to do things on the go, you can. It's very easy to do. Just knowing the layout of this will probably help you a lot. And have a good day, guys, and good luck.